Thanks for your company. I'm Jessica for the Finance News Network today with DomaCom CEO Arthur Naoumidis. Arthur, thank you so much for your time today.
It's great to be here again, Jessica.
So first up, Arthur, since we last caught up, the company has achieved many significant milestones, and I'd like to cover what you've just achieved with anchoring the new La Trobe lending facility.
It's been a long time coming. It's taken us 5 years since we did our first transaction to be able to find someone willing to lend to the DomaCom fund. And the timing's actually really good because, as we've seen recently, the last of the major banks has pulled out of lending to SMSFs. So DomaCom now has the ability to allow advisors and investors to access leveraged investments at a click of a button. So really excited for the next year.
And now can you tell us about the senior equity release product?
We've been working on the senior equity release product for over 6.5 years, and as announced, we got approved in November by ASX for the relief instrument that enables the product to work. We're now about 2-3 weeks away from launch, and we get a lot of interest from advisors because now for the first time advisors can provide financial product advice that includes being able to release equity from their home to address the big problem, which is funding retirement lifestyles. There's a lot of asset-rich, cash-poor retirees, and our product is really the only financial product that will be available to advisors to address this issue. So we're very excited.
So Arthur, if you wouldn't mind, just tell us quite simply what this actually means for advisors and end investors.
Basically, up until now, the only products available for people to release equity from their home have either been a credit product or a real estate product, both of which can't be advised on by a financial planner because they're not financial products. So the DomaCom equity release product will be the first and only equity release product that is available to financial planners to do intergenerational wealth planning, to provide funds for retirees to live on or to start bequeathing or to assist their children. In other words, to do multi-generational estate planning. So it's going to be a very exciting product.
And what else can investors access via the platform?
We clearly started off life as just fractional investing for residential property. We now have farms, we have land banking. Our third transaction in Badgerys Creek is just being finalised, I think this week or next week. So we can do all sorts of property, commercial, industrial, residential, but we've also started doing fractional investing in direct mortgages, pooled mortgages, wind farms, solar farms. So at the end of the day, DomaCom is an infrastructure that allows our advisors and investors to target the asset they wish to fractionalise. And that's the goal, is to take lumpy assets that are difficult for retail people to access and break it up into bite-sized chunks. Basically what you do for equities, you can now do for solar farms, wind farms, residential, commercial.
And staying on that property theme, the property market is in a downward trend. So how do investors access fractional investing to manage the risk?
Basically, it's very similar to equities. So when there's an equities downturn, one of the key things people know is they never ever spot the bottom. Okay, so what you do, you dollar average because you'll only spot the bottom in the revision mirror. So with DomaCom, you can do precisely what you do with equities, which is, say an advisor syndicates 10 clients to buy property in June, and then another one in September, and another one in December, etc. So basically, investors still get into the market because, as we all know, cycles are cycles. This one will end, and we're in a year and a half closer to the end because it began a year and a half ago. And also the other aspect is that when investing, if the price of the assets dropped, which it has now, has the rent dropped? And the answer is no. Therefore, the yield has gone up for property. At some point in time, that equation will cause demand to come back into property. So, and this is where advisors play a big role because they can tell their clients, this is a cycle and you'll never spot the bottom, so go into the market slowly. Without buying a whole house, buy a bit of a house. It's called fractional investing.
And many investors use a platform to administer their investments. Can your investments be accessed via a platform?
Yes, we already have clients using us through Hub24 and managed accounts, so directly, but also we've got our first MDA. He has put DomaCom sub-funds on their models. These platforms only see the fund, they don't see the property, and that's what we've done, is we've taken an asset that's not inherently a financial product and we've made it a financial product. Therefore, we can appear on any platform in Australia.
Arthur Naoumidis, CEO of DomaCom, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessica.